Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot, and was 5-2 not good enough yesterday? I guess we'll be back for some more player props and spreads in the NBA for Tuesday, April 6th. Yeah, recap from yesterday, 5-2. We had Phoenix Suns over team total points. We had Chris Paul over 8.5 assists. We had De'Aaron Fox over 26.5 points. Karl Anthony Towns over 11.5 and 12.5 rebounds. What else? We had Pistons -3, or only 2 losses are Jaylen Brown under 7.5 rebounds and assists. Not much you can do there. And we had the Utah Jazz covering -5.5. That's what to expect when you bet on the Utah Jazz to cover. Not surprised by that one bit. But we got a big slate, 6 games, 6 picks today. A lot of NBA games out there. I got a really good slate. I want to take a quick shout out to Ronak and Alex are walking out the bank. Like, they really helped out with these picks, so shout out to them. If you're new to the channel, click that like and subscribe button. We come back not only for NBA, but also MLB player props and spreads every single day. Speaking of MLB, if you haven't checked out those videos, you are missing out. Yesterday, we went 4-1, including a +600 parlay of the day cash. So go check that out right after this video. Will be posted right after it. So go check it out. Click that like and subscribe button. And if you want to, join the Discord down below. If you don't know what Discord is, talk about it every single video. Just a group chat. We can talk about baseball, basketball, NFL, you name it, all of those down below. I believe 860 members. So shout out to everyone joining the community each and every day. Click it if you're new while you're hitting that subscribe button. Just click that like and subscribe button. Join the Discord. Join it all. Let's get into these picks for today. We're starting out with Bam Adebayo over 4.5 assists. Arguably my favorite play of the day. And Adebayo has been a straight assist machine lately. And they're playing the Memphis Grizzlies. And you look at Adebayo recently, he's had 5+ assists, so he's hit this over, in 17 of his last 22 games. And the matchup against the Grizzlies doesn't scare me one bit. I'm not worried about it. So the last time these two teams played was, I believe, March 17th, and it was a pillow fight. I think the game was in the 90s, maybe not even, maybe like 87 to 85. A low-scoring game. Bam still had 6 assists in that game. He's continuing to hit this over, and to just add icing onto the cake, over the last 15 games, the Memphis Grizzlies have allowed the 3rd most assists per game to opposing centers. I'm locking it in. If they allow that many assists to other centers that don't even normally pass the ball, and now they're getting Bam Adebayo, who is arguably one of the best assist makers at the position, besides like Nikola Jokic and players like that, we're taking Bam Adebayo over 4.5 assists, and you'll probably see him in the parlay of the day later in the video, as well as the long shot parlay of the day. Let's keep moving. His teammate, a past Houston Rocket, now a Miami Heat, Victor Oladipo, over 3.5 assists. Sure, you look at it, it's like -160 value, but a winner's a winner, and I still like the line at 4.5, but a lot better at 3.5. In his 2 games with the Miami Heat, he's had 5 assists in each of them, and he's only played 23 and 29 minutes. He should see more and more minutes, especially tonight against this Grizzlies team. Keep getting him into the fold for a playoff run. I like it. I mean, you're taking his over 3.5 assists. If you got it, 4.5, maybe like that for half a unit, if a little more than that. He should be able to hit that with ease. We're taking Victor Oladipo over 3.5 assists. Don't think twice about it. Moving on, Jaylen Brown, one of my favorite up-and-coming stars, absolutely burst onto the scene and arguably could be the most improved player of the year award. If it weren't for Julius Randle and what he's been doing, as well as Jeremy Grant, one of those 2 players will win the award. But we're taking Jaylen Brown, his point total. We're taking his over 21.5 points. Why the heck is this line so low? I mean, you look at Jaylen Brown, he's been absolutely killing it lately. We got to talk about that, but he's hit this point total over in 9 of his last 12 games, and now he gets a matchup against the Sixers that he takes personal. He sees whoever's guarding him, whether it's Danny Green or Seth Curry or whoever the heck else they trot out there against him. He says, nah, that you can't do that. And you've seen that in the last couple games. The last 3 games that he has played against the Philadelphia 76ers, he's had 42 points, 26 points, and 32 points. Easily cashing this player prop point total over. The lows 42 and 26 point outings were both happened this year back in January. He should continue to beast and feast on this defense. They're going to need to put up points to keep up with the Sixers, and I think he can do it again. Jaylen Brown, over 21.5 points. Don't think twice about it. Moving on into the same game, it is the process. Joel Embiid coming back from injury. He came back a couple nights ago, dropped 24 points, I believe in only 23, 25 minutes. Now he should get more minutes, and he's got a matchup that he loves to exploit, and it's just the Celtics. He takes it personal. Whatever it is he has against them, he says, no, I'm going to use and abuse this defense. And sure, he's been using and abusing Daniel Tice and Tristan Thompson. We got to give some respect to Robert Williams. who, the Time Lord, Dime Lord, whatever you want to call him. Robert Williams is much better defensively than Daniel Tice or Tristan Thompson, but I don't think that will stop them, the Philadelphia 76ers, from just abusing Mr. Joel Embiid in the paint. If you look at the last 4 times that Joel Embiid has played the Celtics, when he's gotten over 23 minutes, because I don't want to include games where he sees less than basically 20 minutes per game, over the last 4 games in which he saw his normal amount of minutes, he's had 37 points in each of the games. Not just a couple of them. In each of those 4 games, he's had 37 plus points. Well, I don't expect him to drop 37 again tonight just because Robert Williams is a little better than that, and maybe he doesn't get his normal 35, 36 minutes. 27.5 points, that's child's play to Joel Embiid. We're taking his over. Don't think twice about it. Like I said, he just dropped 24 points in limited action, and he missed like 5 free throws. He shouldn't miss that many tonight. We're taking Joel Embiid's over. Moving on into some spreads of the day, and when you look, and then we'll cover a parlay of the day, recap, and then we'll look at each of the games real quick. We're starting with the Bulls. Bulls plus 1.5 versus the Pacers. And at this moment, Malcolm Brogdon, and Domantas Sabonis of the Pacers both should be out. And that would be the only reason I would be betting on the Bulls to cover. The Bulls had lost 5 straight games. There's no denying it. They were looking bad. With Vucevic, they're still trying to get him into the fold. And then they come out with an impressive victory against the Brooklyn Nets. So shout out to them. But we're taking them again tonight. I think they can beat this Pacers team even though they are on the road. The Pacers just aren't that good, especially if they're missing Brogdon and Sabonis. I'm taking the Bulls tonight. Not with a lot of confidence, but I'm still taking them. I think they win and cover on the road only if Sabonis and Brogdon are out. If either of those 2 players is in, I'm out of here. No chance. I am betting on them. Moving on. We're taking the Lakers plus 2.5 versus the Raptors. Sure, you can look at this Lakers team and you can say, what the hell is that? And I couldn't blame you. That team is not great, but what they do great is they beat the teams they need to beat. Sure, you're not going to be, without LeBron and AD, you're not going to be beating the Bucks, the Clippers, those types of teams. You just don't have the star power to beat them. Even if those teams are resting their best player one of those nights, they still don't have enough. They got Kuzma going out there and laying up bricks each and every night. But you got the Raptors team who are going to be without probably Van Vliet and definitely without Lowry, and that's why we're picking the Lakers plus 2.5. I mean, the Lakers handle business against teams they need to win against, and that's just what they need to win against the Raptors team without Van Vliet and Lowry potentially tonight. This is a must-win game for the Lakers, especially as they continue to push towards the playoffs. Like I said, they've beaten the teams they need to play. They beat the Kings, they beat the Magic, and they beat the Cavaliers. I'd throw the Raptors without Van Vliet and Lowry both back into that mix. These are games they need to win, and I think they will win. Lakers plus 2.5 in Tampa. I think they cover and win against the Raptors outright. Moving on, parlay of the daytime. Doesn't get better than this. We're talking about Bam Adebayo over 4.5 assists. Jaylen Brown over 21.5 points. And assuming Brogdon and Sabonis are out, so maybe you wait to place it. Bulls plus 1.5. You add those all together. Yeah, plus 602 value. You'll love to see that. If you want a long shot parlay of the day, this is your time. We're doing the same exact one that we just did. We're just adding on a couple plays. So Bam Adebayo over 4.5 assists. Jaylen Brown over 21.5 points. Bulls plus 1.5. Then we're throwing in Lakers plus 2.5 and the Bucks money line. I think the Bucks can beat the Warriors pretty easily tonight, but I'm not going to count on them to cover 6.5 points. Add all 5 of those picks together, plus 1,700 value. It's worth a long shot parlay. I like all these picks today. I think we got a really good slate, and I'm really liking what we got today. So recap, if you have any question about any other games, feel free to leave them down in the description below. I don't want to make this video too long, but a recap of all of our picks, and then you could throw them into a parlay, do whatever you want with them. We're starting out at the top. We're starting out with the man, the myth, the legend, Bam Adebayo, over 4.5 assists. Moving on to his teammate, Victor Oladipo, over 3.5 assists. Jaylen Brown, over 21.5 points. Joel Embiid, over 27.5 points. Bulls, plus 1.5 versus the Indiana Pacers. And Lakers, plus 2.5 versus the Toronto Raptors. Man, I like this slate today. 6 picks. Let's get 6 winners, 6-0, quick sweep. Let's cash those parlays of the day. No doubt about it. If you're new to the channel, click that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 2,400 subscribers today. Can't do it without your guys' support. So thank you guys all for it. It really means a lot. Man, you guys are the absolute best community on the platform. If you haven't joined the Discord, what are you doing? Join it. A lot of winning people down there. A lot of great times. A lot of great comments, camaraderie, all of it, support, whatever. Everyone's killing it down there. So shout out to everyone that has joined. let's kill it today. Let me know your picks down below, and I'll react to them. This has been Austin. I'll catch you guys in the MLB video if you want to check that out right after this one. It's been Austin. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Peace.